Hello, viewers. I'm sitting here with Director of Theater Studies at USF, Joe Obermueller. Joe, how are you doing today?
Great, Simon. Nice to be with you.
Absolutely. So, quick, tell me just some of the things that the theater department has done this year, maybe the plays that they've done, and just some of the things that you've looked forward to about next year that you've learned from this year.
Yeah, sure. Well, you might remember we opened our season this year with the first ever Cougar, which was a smashing success and so much fun. And in fact, you were a host, if you recall.
I do recall that. I do recall.
And it was fantastic. And so I'm happy to say that Cougar 2 will happen in October of next year. So Homecoming 2015, Cougar 2 is coming your way. So I want everybody to start thinking about participating in that. I want another really huge group of people participating, and it's just going to be a blast. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then we've got a show scheduled in November, and then we're going to do our musical in the spring next year.
Any idea what the musical is going to be this spring? Or, excuse me, next spring?
Next spring it's going to be something fantastic. But if I told you what it is now, I would be spoiling the secret. So at our theater banquet this year, I will reveal what our season is for next year, and then it will become public information.
Awesome. When is that theater banquet?
Theater banquet is May 10th, Mother's Day, so we will be celebrating Mother's Day in the art gallery this year, and really anybody who's ever participated in theater, don't have to be a major, is welcome to attend that, and it's a time for us to just get together and celebrate the year and all the hard work, and it's a blast.
Great. Can you tell me, you talked about Cougar, but I understand there was some other shows that went on. There's one going on right now. Can you tell me just about the other shows that went on this year?
Yeah, you bet. So we did a show in the fall last year called Falling, coincidentally, about a family who is raising a son with autism, and it's part of our social justice series where we like to do plays that address a particular issue that we want to highlight or bring awareness to. And so this year, for this season, it was autism, and so we were able to bring in a lot of experts from the Sioux Falls community about autism, and they helped the cast really understand what it would be like to be living with someone with autism, and it was very meaningful for everybody for that to be the case. And we did talkbacks after the performance, and it was awesome. And then this winter we did You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, which you might be familiar with.
I'm not sure. It's all, it happened so fast. I mean, you know.
And I'm sure the children still recognize you on the street and want your autograph.
I have to hide, disguises, hats, sunglasses. You know how it goes.
Ah, stardom. Yeah, so You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. It was just great. We had a guest director for that show. Her name's Jaren Getter, and she's an alumni. An alumni or an alumnus, Simon?
I would say alumni, but...
She's an alumnus. She's an alumni. Nope.
One of the two.
Alumnus is the singular. She's an alumnus of USF. Watch, I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to look like a fool. We're going to edit this part out.
Maybe.
Anyway, and she was our guest director for the show, and she did the choreography as well, and it was great to have her here for that. And one of the special things that we did for that show was extended an invitation to local elementary schools. And I sent out an invitation to the principals of these schools, and I wasn't sure what the response would be, but in about 2 hours after sending that invitation out, all 800 seats in Meredith Auditorium were sold. And so we had a Friday morning matinee where the place was packed with students from 2nd to 5th grade, and the place was electric. It was so fun to do that. And so just another way that the theater department is reaching out into the community and bringing Sioux Falls together for some fun and for entertainment. And then we're closing out the season this year with a show called You Can't Take It With You. It's an old classic comedy. Tonight is USF night, where we expect a lot of the University of Sioux Falls community to be together. We'll have several members of the Board of Trustees there, and our current students and faculty and staff and alumni will be there as well. So it should be great, and we're expecting a big crowd, and it'll be a lot of fun. So just this time of year is always so stressful, and people trying to get their projects finished and graduate, and everything's going on. And so to take 2 hours out of the day to go and just have a great time with each other is what it's all about. So we're excited to close the season with that show and look forward to more fun next year.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like the theater department is headed in a good direction. I'd like to thank you very much for your time, my friend.
Thank you. And I'd like to say one more thing. the theater department is the place to be, Simon. And Simon can tell you this. And so anybody who's watching this interview right now, if you've ever had an inkling of a thought that you want to be involved in a theater production, maybe you've never been on stage in your life, now is the time. And so we want you to come, we want you to be involved, and there's just nothing better. There's nothing better. So come on out next year. We'd love to see you.
Take it away. Thank you. Perfect. That's going to be great. That is going to be great.
Okay, we're